Right, the good old poncho liner, or as our American friends like to call it, the whoopee. Quite why whoopee, I don't know, but maybe someone in the comments can answer that for me. But yeah, poncho liner, as most of us think of it. Why do I carry one nearly all year, as long as I've got the space in my bag? Well, it's because of its multiple use, really. Many people that watch my videos would have seen me use this plenty of times as carpet in the bottom of a tent. It just saves you getting in and out on that horrible cold plastic tent floor. It's just more pleasant. Does it insulate any on the floor? Maybe a little bit, probably not much, but it's more about the feel of it. Now, the other thing which I'm not sure you've ever seen me do on camera or not, is the other use for this. Anyone that hasn't seen one, you've got these little tie-outs, one on each corner and at the halfway point, down the short side and the long side. Now, if I take this is the short side, and take just one of those, and just tie them together in a simple bow, like that. And then I shall tie in the other corner on the short side. We've sort of gathered the end in. It's not enclosed completely, obviously, but it's gathered in. And then if I go down to the halfway point on the long side, tie that, simple bow. Oh, excuse me. Well, basically what you've got is like an impromptu sleeping bag or quilt. Now, the reason that I have this with me, in the summer, if it's really hot and it's sort of like almost you don't want to get in your sleeping bag hot, this is a great alternative. The gathered ends sort of keep it in place, but it's not tightly gathered. You've got a bit of ventilation at the foot end, and of course the top end of it, it's just like a blanket. Get too warm, throw it off. Get chilly, get it up round you. So it works well. But you can use it, of course, in the complete opposite extreme. When I've carried it in the winter time, if the conditions have changed and it's got colder than I expect, you've got the option of doing this and either putting it over your sleeping bag. Of course, the tied up sections will keep it roughly in place, or, which is more effective, if you actually slip this inside your sleeping bag as an extra layer, a bit like the military, two-bag system. Works incredibly well. The amount of difference that having this, especially inside the sleeping bag, is massive. Certainly as I've got older, I feel the cold. There's no doubt about that. And normally once it gets down to about sort of 5 degrees overnight, I'm looking at sub-zero bags to keep me comfortable. Now, if it was sub-zero, I'd quite happy take out a 2-season sleeping bag if I've got this inside. That's how much a difference it makes. You just have to trade off the weight, although it's not heavy, it's extra weight and extra bulk against a lighter sleeping bag compared with a full winter bag. You're probably going to break even, to be perfectly honest, but it's a good thing to carry if whichever bag you've taken with you, you've basically got it wrong. If it turns out to be too hot, you can just use this. If it turns out to be too cold and you're cold in a sleeping bag, you can add this. It's such a versatile piece of kit. For the price and the weight and the bulk, I keep mine in one of them roll down top waterproof bags. so you can like squish it right down. Takes up hardly any room. And of course, even around your shoulders around the fire if you're getting a bit chilly and your jacket's not doing its stuff. It's like having a good friend with you, someone that can always help you out in any situation. So yeah, I like poncho liners. Do you? How many of you got one and use one other than its conventional use? Let me know in the comments. I wouldn't be without one, whether it's camping or just having a nap on the sofa. It's good for both. I'll see you in the next video.